all the action.
A very pleasant good evening. Carlow basketball right here on the MSA Sports Network 2015. As tonight in the second of a doubleheader tonight at Oakland Catholic, we get set as the Carlow men's team takes on the IU-Kokomo Cougars. The Celtics come in 1-10 overall in the year, 0-3 in KIAC play. Their first year as a program under head coach Tim Kiefer, first year in general as a program, this Carlow men's team. The Kokomo Cougars 6-9, and they are going to play their first KIAC game of this season. They're under fourth-year head coach Jace Thompson. Good evening, everybody. Alongside Ben Lubinsky, I'm Josh Rowntree. Welcome to Donahoe Pavilion at Oakland Catholic's high school campus. And Ben, we saw a pretty good one early. I know you didn't get a chance to see it, but the Lady Celtics get it done, 74-25. They take down IU-Kokomo. Pretty solid second half effort from the Celtics. Put up really a bunch of points. 74 is a pretty good mark for them. But defensively, they played a really terrific game, and very, very solid effort for the ladies tonight. And now it's the men's turn to try to produce a win. Their first ever in conference play.
Very good, Josh, and getting ready for the national anthem and starting lineups. Happy New Year to you and
Absolutely.
All the fans out there.
A very happy New Year, belated happy holidays. Been a while since we've been here.
Sure has.
Back November 25th was the last time that we were here, and that was our last home game. They pretty much had all of December off, and but here we are, regardless, and ready to go for the second half of the season getting started here tonight at Oakland Catholic and Donahoe Pavilion for the Carlow Celtics. Let's take a look at tonight's starting lineups. We'll start with the Kokomo Cougars. Again, they're under fourth-year head coach Jace Thompson. They send out a 6'1 junior guard out of Berne, Indiana, and South Adams High School, number 1, Nick Teeter. He is their leading scorer at 15.9 points per game. They're also going to start a 6'4 senior forward, number 10, Aaron Knupp out of Blue River Valley High School. A 6'4 senior guard out of Blue River Valley High School as well, number 12, Jared Lawrence, and Jerome Campbell, wearing number 24. He's a junior 6-foot guard out of Indianapolis and Arsenal Tech High School. Micus Peer, a center at 6'9", a freshman out of Bunker Hill, Indiana. He wears number 42. He completes the starting lineup. For the Celtics, they will send out for Tim Kiefer this starting five, a freshman 6-foot guard from Monaca and Central Valley High School, number 1, Jacob St. George. A freshman from Norwin High School, a 5'10 guard, number 2, Zach Bryan. Zach Taylor, a 6'3 sophomore from Pittsburgh, PA, a forward. Wearing number 15, Charlie Sharbo out of Thomas Jefferson, a 6'3 freshman wearing number 21, and William Lucian, a 6'7 sophomore out of North Olmsted, a transfer from Cleveland State. He'll get the start. He wears number 50. He's going to jump center with Micus Peer. Carlow in white uniforms with gold and purple trim, red uniforms for the Cougars, and they have gray and black trim on their unis. Carlow wins the opening jump, and they will set up their offense. Ball in and out of the hands of Zach Bryan, going to go into the backcourt, and that's going to be over and back.
Yeah, looked like it touched Zach Bryan, and for a second it looked like they were going to call deflection, but they do call over and back. William Lucian, that jumped center, Josh, he didn't play the last time that I announced their game, so he may have just became eligible this semester, or perhaps just transferred in. I don't even recall seeing him, so got some size. Says he went to Cleveland State.
And they were without P.J. McLaughlin, who I believe is injured, a big-time player, a guy that transferred from Mercyhurst Northeast, kid out of Irwin, and he was a big player. I believe he played at Greensburg Central Catholic, if I'm not mistaken, and was a big force in the middle. So you throw in a guy at 6'7" and Lucian.
Yeah, two big guys. And Sunder is also about 6'6", a lot thinner. It looks like there's some water on the court, perhaps a leak, although it's really not that snowy outside. It's so cold, I can't imagine that
anything's melting right now.
No, it's just too cold to melt. But in it comes for Indiana-Kokomo.
Running the point will be number 24, Jerome Campbell. Campbell picks up his dribble, gives it off on the far side to Nick Teeter. Again, Teeter, the leading scorer of this team at 15.9 points per game. They try to feed inside. Lucian got a piece of it, and it's stolen away by Zach Taylor. Quickly they come back in transition. Jacob St. George going to take it all the way. Scoop shot, no good. There's going to be a foul underneath.
on the drive. I thought for a second maybe Lucian went over the back, but they called a foul on the drive, and going to the line to shoot two will be St. George.
Jacob St. George, a WPIL champion last year for the Central Valley team. Tremendous high school basketball player. Made his way here to Carlow. Not a very big kid, but very, very quick, very athletic. He does miss the first free throw, however.
Yeah, rim dot on him. Got one more coming.
Gets second one. Falls.
Gets that second one, and Carlow takes the lead 1-0.
First points of the game. Coming to the near side, Teeter nearly had it stolen away, but it goes right back to number 24, Campbell. There's a three-pointer from the right side. No good, off the mark. Rebound cleared out of there by Charlie Sharbo.
Yeah, Teeter missed the three. Sharbo with the rebound.
Left side, Taylor. Taylor inside to Lucian. Lucian tries to back down a man, then throws it cross court. This is St. George. St. George goes around a man, takes 2 steps, throws it to the near side to Bryan. Zach Bryan up top to Sharbo. Sharbo will reset it back up as he throws it to Bryan. To the left elbow, Lucian hands it off on a give-and-go attempt to St. George. St. George now going to take it. Floater off the window. No good. Tip-back attempt by Lucian. No good. And right there to grab the rebound is Micus Peer, the big 6'9" center.
Lucian with a good effort on the tip there. Just didn't get it to go, but he was way up by the rim. Tipped it off the back.
Far corner, Aaron Knupp comes to the near side where Nick Teeter collects.
Ooh, throws it right to Zach Bryan. Sorry.
Bryan takes it away all alone, and he will lay it up and in.
3-zip Carlow on the Zach Bryan steal. They threw it right to him. That was like taking candy from a baby. All he had to do was walk it down and lay it in.
3-0, Carlow leads early. Comes to the near side. This is Jerome Campbell. Lost control of the basketball, picked it back up, and throws it over to an open man on the far side. That's Teeter, and Teeter bangs down a three.
And ties it at 3-all. Zach Bryan nearly had a couple steals out front, but couldn't come away with it, and Teeter nails it from the corner to tie it up 3-3.
Taylor takes it left wing extended over to St. George. Now up top, resetting is Sharbo. Sharbo, very physical player, not a very big guy at 6'3", but saw him play in high school. Very physical. Lucian now turnaround right hook. No good. Skying for the rebound. There is Jerome Campbell. Campbell going to look to push. He is quick. Ooh. Fights off a man. Is getting back in transition was Bryan, and he got to him.
17-17 remaining here in the first half. 3-all.
Teeters collects, hands it off to Knupp. Knupp, a three ball from the left side. That's good.
6-3. IU-Kokomo takes their first lead of the game.
St. George going to run the point. Just to run the offense. Goes to Bryan, left side. Bryan out of Norwin High School. Freshman over to St. George. And hand it off. This is Sharbo. Sharbo trying to back a man down. Can't do it. Finally, we'll give it off to Taylor. Taylor, a transfer out of Case Western. Pump fake. St. George goes up and under, misses, gets the tip and puts it back in.
Nice tip there by St. George. He's got 3, and it's 6-5. IU-Kokomo with a 1-point lead.
Pretty nice crowd on hand here for this one.
Very nice crowd.
Knupp looks to break the press, goes to the near corner to Teeter. Teeter back up top. This is Lawrence. Lawrence had to pick up his dribble, gave it back to Teeter. Over to Campbell. Campbell to the corner, 3-ball in the air, no good. Rebound pulled in, down low by Peer. Back to Teeter. Teeter for 3, long. Well off the mark.
Very long with that one.
Here comes Zach Bryan the other way. Taylor up top to Lucian, over to St. George. St. George drove, then had to pick up his dribble. Threw it over to Taylor, who feeds the post to Lucian. Gets it back to Taylor, right elbow.
Got it.
Jumper, got it.
Zach Taylor's first bucket, 7-6 Carlow with the lead again. Nice assist out of the post, kicked out by Lucian.
Taylor in the corner, feeds down low to Peer. Peer had to save it, and he's going to chuck it into the third row. Turnover.
Heads up for the IU-Kokomo girls team over there as he throws it into the crowd. We're going to have a substitution for Carlow. Entering the game is Jordan Pratt, a 6'1 freshman out of Uniontown High School. Actually, they're not going to let him check in. I guess he's going to have to go to the table now. Wholesale substitutions for Carlow.
We're going to have five new players check in here. And there's a whistle. Foul on the perimeter.
That is on number 24, Jerome Campbell, his first.
A whole new line coming in here. This is Sunder, Austin Matta, Miles Sunder, Austin Matta, Jehosha Wright.
Jordan Pratt
in there.
And also Austin Matta. Did you say Austin Matta?
Austin Matta did, and Brandon Lyoy.
Okay.
Up there
all right.
as well.
Here we go. 7-6. Carlow leading 15-20.
So Pratt will run the point position out of Uniontown High School. Very good program they have there at Uniontown. Gives it off to Jehosha Wright. Wright takes it on the left side. They'll get it right back, right wing. Up top. Feeds it underneath. Wright had it knocked away. Stolen there by Nupp. And here comes Teeter in transition. Pulls it up, gives it over to Nupp, right wing. Teeter, right side, three-pointer, bang. Knocks it down. Teeter has 6 on 2 threes.
9-7 now, Kokomo. All their points on threes, 3 threes. They've got 9, they lead 9-7.
Lyoy on the right side. Resetting up top is Pratt, Jordan Pratt. Off to Miles Sunder out of Jeanette High School, and then they throw it away. Carlow another turnover. They trail 9-7 as we approach the 6-minute mark into this first half. Driving into the lane. This is Lawrence, had to pull up. Goes to Teeter in the near corner. Shot fake. Drives into the paint. Kicks it. Far corner. 3-ball up. That one hits the rim. No good. Rebound snatch and cleared by Matta.
Go through now!
Far corner. Lyoy with it. Being face guarded. Threw one up top. Sunder wasn't ready for it. He was able to collect it anyways. Miles Sunder, had a chance to see him play a number of times in high school. Out of Jeanette. Kind of was one of those guys, very talented high school player, but was sort of the second best player on his team.
Nice take there and score by Jordan Pratt. Tying the game up. Jordan Pratt's first bucket.
Pratt with 2, it's tied at 9.
Pratt swiping at the ball.
Reaching there a little bit was Pratt. Got to be careful. Sunder now steps out on him, and they work into the far corner to Lawrence. Lawrence steps out. They rotate the basketball near side. Coming back up top is Nupp with it. Over to Campbell. I don't think, have they made any substitutions yet? They did bring in Brian Powell. That's the only guy that's checked in. It's different. Here's Lawrence, steps into a 3. That one off back iron, no good. Flying through the air.
By Jordan Pratt.
And Pratt able to get to it.
Saves it into Josiah. Ahead they come.
Left side, they give it off. They kick it up top, no one there. Jehosha Wright able to track it down out near the timeline. Here is Matta. Matta top of the key, works it over to Pratt. Pratt a freshman. As are most of these players for Carlow. Right side, just inside the three-point line, pulling up is Matta, and he buries it.
Long 2 by Matta, 11-9 Carlow.
Matta, his first points.
Both teams shooting pretty well so far.
Very good pace to this one.
IU doing it with the 3, Carlow doing it more with the 2, and there's a bucket and 1.
Yeah, Lawrence pulls up from the right elbow, gets fouled, and hits the shot.
A hit on the elbow as he buries one, his first bucket, tying the game at 11. He's going to go to the line to complete the conventional 3-point play, and it is an 11-11 game with a media timeout.
It's going to be media timeout. We'll be back in 1 second. Going to work on some technical issues. We'll be back right after this right here on the MSA Sports Network. Said we're not connected. I don't know.
Oh.
All right, back here on the MSA Sports Network as we get set to restart. 12:16 to go here in the first half. The back end of a three-point play coming up here for number 12, Jared Lawrence, and he can't make it.
He's short on it. Carlow with a rebound. Tie game. Just over 12 minutes remain. Oh, ball goes off Jordan Pratt. It'll be a turnover. Ball got deflected. Pratt last to touch it, though, and it goes out of bounds to IU Kokomo.
They'll throw in from the corner. Carlow applying a little full court pressure here as they send up Lyoy. Crossover move by Campbell trying to go around him. Now they bring it to the near side where Lawrence takes it. Lawrence gets trapped, trying to fight through it. Screen set up for Teeter. Teeter trying to go around it. Spin move at the foul line. Now a fadeaway jumper. Hits back iron. No good. Two Carlow players go for the rebound. Pratt able to knock it over to right. Celtics going to push it ahead. Pratt bringing it. Pratt pulls up his dribble. Now he picks it up. Trying to hand it off on a bit of a give-and-go play, and then they throw the basketball away.
Pratt tried to throw it, and the backdoor cut. Evaded it. Went out of bounds. Another turnover. Pratt's had 2 or 3 turnovers in his limited play here so far.
Kind of interesting to see Carlow. I thought they got pretty good production from the starting 5 out there. They bring a brand new 5 in, kind of, I guess, maybe going with the John Calipari philosophy that he's doing at Kentucky. Yeah, it's working for him.
Yeah, so. Hanging around. Oop, I think that hit IU Kokomo. Yes, it did.
Good call there by the official underneath the hoop. That ball touching the leg of the defender. Might have been Matta that got a piece of it, knocks it out of bounds.
Right inbounds. Carlow 11 all here with IU Kokomo at the 11-11 mark.
Jehosa Wright, a guy that has been involved in Carlow basketball more, beyond just the men's team. He was a student at Carlow before the men's team was even formed. Went to Oliver High School.
Used to help out with the women's games.
Yep.
Backdoor cut to Pratt. Oh, and he blows the layup. A beautiful pass there.
He's able to tip it over to Sunder. Sunder turns around off the backboard. No good. Long rebound. Comes all the way out to Brandon Lyoy. Lyoy, a Seton Hill transfer. To go around him, man. They try to go with the give and go there. Right side, three-pointer off the mark for Matta. Long rebound again, comes out to Lyoy.
Right with a nice back tip. Keeps it alive.
Lyoy, stutter step.
Nice fade.
Shows the ball up and under, left hand, no good. Rebound is thrown out by Sunder to the near sideline and out of bounds. So it'll head to the Cougar side of things. Not a lot of subbing here for this IU Kokomo team. Not a very deep bench. We saw in the women's game, they only had 8 players available for the women's team. Not very deep on the men's side, I guess, either. Campbell in the far corner, and
hold.
They're going to get a hold.
I think 5, number 5, I believe. No other 20. That'll be Wright, his first. Team third. 10:07 remaining here. Maybe that's team second. Here's a long one in the air. No good.
Yeah,
Sunder with a nice. Oh,
Powell stepped into a 3, and then the ball.
Sunder had it and got knocked out of bounds. So it'll stay with Carlow. Halfway through the first half here. 10:01 remains. An 11-all game. Low scoring game, but there's been a good tempo to it.
Yeah, it has. There's been a lot of opportunities. A couple of missed shots by Carlow. A couple of missed layups. Really on both sides have cost these teams. Pratt will take it out on the perimeter. Tripped after he gave the basketball up. Trying to feed the post to Sunder on the right block. Sunder now will face his man.
Nice
backdoor cut.
Oh, another layup missed. Sunder with a beautiful pass.
The foul underneath, though. I think they're going to get a foul. Lyoy got bumped to the ground, and it will be.
He's the one that had the layup. Kind of a late call. He'll shoot 2, though. First foul on number 21.
I thought they said 21 too, but they announced 12.
Okay.
Maybe I thought I saw 21 as well. I think
maybe they don't even have a 21. First
no,
one's
they
up
do.
Good though.
There's a 21 and a 12 out on the court, so we'll check and see who that was. Lyoy
with his first points of the night on a free throw. He's got one more coming, and Carlow has a 1-point lead at 12-11.
12-11 the score. And Jace Thompson, the coach for the Cougars, said if I was on 21, not 12, get it fixed on the scoreboard. I wanted to make sure that was in the book right.
Second one by Lyoy is also good.
Now they're going to come out with full court pressure. Carlow will. In the corner, they go with the trap. Oh, Campbell trying to.
Jordan Pratt with a blocking call.
Okay, same thing. Let's go.
That'll be Pratt's first. Carlow's team third. It's actually two, or perhaps, no, I don't know. The way that reads,
yeah,
he doesn't have 4 fouls.
They did the same thing in the women's game. They're not putting the fouls up correctly.
Yeah.
So
I think that's his first, as I recall.
Who was it on?
He was on Jordan Pratt.
All right.
I think it's his first.
I thought
yeah.
Now Trap in the corner, and they're going to get timeout. Boy, Teeter nearly stumbled there.
But they called a timeout before.
It'll be a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here. And the first line, I guess, is set to check back in here. The starters in this game are going to come back in for Carlow. One thing with Carlow, pretty much everybody is playing for this team right now. I mean, there's not a lot of guys that are sitting a lot on the bench. They are pretty much at 10 guys, and all 10 play. They're rotating them all in. The only guy that hasn't seen time is number 30, Kirk Marshall, a senior out of Elmira Academy. The only guy that's dressed.
9:30 remaining here, first half.
13-11 is the score. Carlow in the lead. The women's team won earlier. Final score 74-56. Men's team trying to complete the doubleheader sweep. Feed it on the left block to Peer. Peer out of the elbow, then gave it over to Campbell. Now they go to the foul line, loose basketball. Peer picks it up, turnaround jumper from the foul line, no good. Comes over to the near bench, and it'll go out of bounds. Last touch by Carlow.
Good call there by the ref. Carlow did get their hand on it, knocked it into the bench.
It's amazing, Ben. You and I have been here for 5 years covering the women's game. To see the men's game on this court is it's like a different sport out there.
Yep, how quick they are and how much ground they cover.
It is amazing. This court looks tiny when they're out there. To the right side, Campbell driving baseline, goes up through a man and good. Nice take there.
Strong move there, ties it up, 13-all.
Jerome Campbell. St. George coming back quickly, gives it off to Sharbo. Sharbo, pump fake, pulls up from the foul line. Back iron, no good. Rebound, skied for and collected by Zach Ray, who just checked in the game. Near side, this is Powell. Powell over to Ray in the near corner. They'll back it out, and then they'll go back to Powell, who ran all the way around to get back in the near side corner. Then it's poked away. Lucian pokes it away. St. George brings it ahead. St. George through pressure. Wild shot hits the bottom of the rim. And now a 3-on-1 coming back the other way. They feed it up ahead. Peer, layup, no.
Zach Bryan gets the rebound.
Can't get it, and Bryan will bring it quickly up court. Numbers for Carlow. Sharbo, pump fake.
They could have got the ball to the big guy earlier for the layup. They waited so long. He still should have made it, but here's Lucian.
Lucian at the left block has to kick it out to St. George, and Tim Kiefer will call for a timeout, a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here on the MSA Sports Network. Thanks so much for tuning in and watching this one tonight, whether it's on the MSA Sports Network or iHigh, or if you're listening. Thank you so much for tuning in to Carlow basketball this season, 2015, right here on the MSA Sports Network. Carlow, they are coming off a 76-68 loss to Alice Lloyd on Saturday. Jacob St. George went for 15 points, 8 rebounds, and 6 assists in that game. Zach Taylor had 12. Carlow was actually up at the half, 28-26, but gave up 50 points in the second half.
Wow.
And lost the second half 50-40, lost the game 76-68. And the Kokomo Cougars, they are coming off a win over Cincinnati Clermont, a non-section or non-conference win, 76-63. Campbell had 18 in that one. Bryan will run the point. Over to Taylor. Taylor steps into a long three and he buries it. Zach Taylor has 5.
Taylor's got 5 and Carlow leads by 3, 16-13. A long three out of kind of a set play there, and Zach Taylor nails it from the top.
Showing a little range there, did Zach Taylor. Pulling up from the left elbow is Campbell, and he hits.
Campbell's quick. He can jump.
Yeah, he's got a great first step, doesn't he? Just gets to this position really, really quick.
He's got 4, and it's 16-15 Carlow. 7:25 remaining.
Sharbo nearly traveled. He feeds Lucian on the right block. Lucian trying to turn around through Peer, goes up and under, misses. They're going to get a foul underneath.
Lucian kind of gets bailed out, and he's going to shoot 2.
No doubt. That's a late call there on Peer.
IU coach doesn't like it. He kind of leaned in and threw up kind of a crazy shot in a late foul call.
Is that one of those, if you're an official, you see the contact and maybe you're waiting to see if the ball goes in or not to call the free throw? This free throw is missed badly here by Lucien. We see a bit of a struggle in his game. He's only played 3 games this year. He's 4 of 8 at the line.
A brick of a free throw there. Second one missed
Second
also.
One side of the rim, but Charbot there to get the rebound. Charbot back up,
blocked.
Gets it blocked. Lucien comes in, floats one off the side of the glass, no good. And finally it'll come out to St. George. Offensive rebound's a big part of this here as Miles Sunder gets set to check back in for the Celtics. Zach Bryant collects.
Lucien's active at least. Nice.
Good feed, backdoor cut on the baseline, and a foul is going to be called as Charbot came in.
Got fouled. Had a chance to make the layup, didn't, but was fouled. 5th foul on IU Kokomo.
Micah Peer picks up another one.
Charbot to shoot 2. Charbot yet to score in the game. One of Carlow's top scorers. Misses the first one badly, and Carlow's missed 3 straight free throws.
Yeah, front rim, no good. Tell you what, one thing, this is not, we have seen it so often over the years, Ben, this is not an easy gym to shoot in.
No,
these rims
not
are
kind
very
rims.
hard.
They're tight. They're tight. You don't get a lot of rolls here.
I think one thing, too, you have a white wall at one end and a sky blue wall at the other, and dimensionally, I think it's kind of odd to shoot at. For some of the pure shooters. Second one is good for Charbot, his first point. 17-15, Carlow leads, under 7 to play here in the first half. Low scoring first half.
Yeah, I agree, Josh. Tight rims here compared to some gyms you'll find.
Teeter in the near corner, nearly traveled, and then he skips it across the D.
Long
three-pointer on the left side. It's an air ball coming in to collect it. Was a man in Christian Smith, but he misses the putback, and Carlow will bring it ahead. 6.5 minutes to play here in the first half. Carlow by 2. Taylor tries to work baseline. That pass gets kicked out of bounds. Charbot, as we talked about, the leading scorer of this Carlow team, just 12.4 points per game. Very spread out their scoring. The Celtics, they average 64.7 points per game. The problem for them has been defensively this year, as St. George gets hand-checked on the perimeter by 33. Christian Smith, a freshman out of Frankfurt, he picks up the foul.
16 foul on IU Kokomo. Next one will put Carlow in the one-on-one.
Carlow has given up 87 points per game defensively so far this year. Taylor on the inbound. Three-pointer, he got it.
Taylor's got 8. He leads all scorers. And it's 20-15 Carlow.
Zach Taylor can step out. He's kind of one of those pure shooters. Ooh, nearly losing it there is Ray, and now going baseline is Campbell. He's going to get fouled on the way in. He's going to shoot 2.
Draws the foul. He'll go to the line with 4 points. And Carlow has a 5-point lead.
Charbot will get called with a foul. It's immediate timeout. We'll take one as well. You're listening to Carlow basketball right here on the MSA Sports Network.
Life is about having the confidence to know you can do anything right. I get that at Carlow.
I graduated with top awards, but beyond the classroom, Carlow helped me learn a lot about myself.
Carlow brings out the best in you.
I know I'm going to be a fantastic nurse.
I know whatever I come across, I'll be prepared.
I can't think of a better place to start the rest of my life, because at Carlow, I know I matter.
I matter.
I matter.
Enroll at Carlow University. Visit carlow.edu.
Back here at Oakland Catholic, 20-15 is the score. Celtics in the lead after the second media timeout. So far, very good defensive showing for Carlow. Just 15 points allowed, just over 6 minutes to play here in this first half.
Campbell going to shoot 2, Josh. He's got 4 points on the day. Trying to cut into a 5-point Carlow lead, just over 6 minutes to go, and he misses back rims the first one. One more upcoming here for Campbell. Second one in the air, and it's back rim also, rebounded by St. George.
Yep, St. George grabs it, so still 4 points for Campbell. St. George will bring it ahead. He tries to go quickly with the left hand to the corner. Bryan thought about it, passed it up, scoop, layup up and good.
Zach Bryan with his first bucket, I believe. No, he's got 4. His second bucket. Ooh, here's a feed inside, and Carlow has its biggest lead of the game by either team. A 7-point lead. Passes it to Carlow.
That pass stolen away by Charbo. Here they come in transition. Bryan bringing it ahead. Saw Bryan play many times in high school as well. Feed up top, Charbo from St. George. Charbo turns at the left elbow. Gives it off. St. George drives, kicks underneath off the hands of Charbo. Bryan, one of those guys that a whole lot of basketball skill, a whole lot of heart, and a lot of hustle, but one of those guys that was just undersized, probably why he wasn't terribly heavily recruited. But, you know, just one of those guys, if he's 3 inches, 4 inches taller, he probably is getting a lot of looks. But he played with a ton of heart, and he has so far here tonight.
22-15 Carlow leads, just over 5 minutes to go, first half action.
Campbell far side, over in the corner. This is Smith. Smith back iron on the 3. Skying for the rebound there and coming away with it is Taylor. Now St. George will bring it ahead. St. George really putting the pressure on, kicks it into the corner and threw the basketball away. A little bit out of control there by Jacob St. George.
Stop ball, Zach, stop ball.
Teeter brings it up. Campbell now with it. Campbell, left foul line extended, near side. Teeter. Teeter, one of those guys that looks like he's played basketball for about 25 years.
Looks old for a college kid.
Tough drive to the lane. Sunder's going to pick up a foul. It's going was number 22, Zach Ray. Sunder picks up, I believe, his first. Zachary
Team fifth on Carlow. Ray to the line to shoot 2. Buries the first. 22-16.
First points for him tonight.
Carlow with a 6-point lead. Led by 7 a minute ago, which was the biggest lead by either team in the game so far.
Rhea at the line again.
Second one, rims out, rebound.
Charbo gets the board.
Off to Zach Bryan.
Bryan over to Taylor. Feeds it down low. Sunder at the right block, back up top. This is Bryan. Bryan to Charbo. Pass was off the mark, and he had to come out near the 3-point line to collect it. Now Taylor. Taylor off to Sunder. Sunder knocks down a man, then misses the open shot. Charbo, the rebound, can't hit it, and it comes out to Teeter.
Once again, these tight rims.
Yep. That's 2 open layups, though, that Carlow missed there. 2 wide open layups.
Sunder missed the first, and then the rebound also didn't fall.
Hard down the lane. They throw it inside to Powell. Powell lost control of the basketball, stolen by Bryan.
A lot of turnovers by IU-Kokomo.
And very careless with the ball. Carlow hasn't been great with it either, but a little bit better so far. Taylor left side. Up top to St. George.
3.5 minutes remain as Charbo shoots a floater, and he's got it.
How about
Charbo with the floater. He's in the double figures with 10.
Yeah, Charlie Charbo, the little runner. No one really was in front of him, so he just pulled up on it.
I'm sorry, he's got 3. I was looking at Bryan, had 8. Bryan's got 8. Charbo now with 3.
Corner, boy, good travel there.
Whoa,
Gets away with it, and then they call a foul as Charbo ran into Lawrence. Boy, I thought that was pretty clean there. First of all, I thought he got away with the travel down here in the corner. He took 3 steps before he even dribbled the ball. But
Charbo's got 3 points. Zach Bryan has 8 to lead all Carlow scorers. Carlow leads by 8, their biggest lead of the game, 24-16.
Bryan and Charbo step back out of the game. Coming in is Austin Matta. Matta went to Elizabeth Forward High School. It's amazing. So many of these guys, just passes fed down low. Turn around. Oh, boy. Sunder tried to go for the block and got a little bit of the body as Powell go to the line. So many of these guys I saw play basketball last year. They were playing in high school, and here they are playing college ball, and pretty much the majority of them freshmen. It's the first shot up from Powell. It's good.
Powell's first point of the game.
Saw St. George play. Bryan, Matta, I saw last year. Sunder, I saw. Charbo, I saw last year.
Wright checks back in for the Celtics. Second one up, short rim, no good.
Front of the rim.
Grabbed away by Zach Taylor.
Here comes Taylor, pushes it ahead. St. George with it in the corner. Janosa Wright trying to back down on the post.
Under 3 minutes remain, first half.
Carlow by 7, 24-17. St. George picks up his dribble off to right, over to Lyoy. Lyoy near side. Taylor, spot up three, front rim, no good. Long rebound, tracks to the corner. Did he save it? He did.
Saved it to right.
Taylor saves it to Jehosa right. And now they will, as you hear Tim Kiefer call out reload, they'll reset the offense. Out in the perimeter, 2.5 minutes to go here in the first half. Carlow terrific defensively here so far, right on the right side. Over to Lyoy. Lyoy, pump fake move. Now we'll kick it, skip pass across the top of the D. Inside, pass off the mark, out of bounds. Last touch by Carlow's Austin Matta.
Kind of a bad feed there by Wright. Threw a tough pass to catch and could not be gathered in. 24-17, Carlow leads, 2:15 remaining first half. Kokomo brings it ahead.
Quickly break the press there. Lawrence brings it up. Now near side, Teeter open three. And short. Teeter can't hit it. Long rebound comes out. Scramble for it. Comes to Taylor. Taylor looking to push. 2-on-2. Taylor looking to go around Campbell. Has to pull it back out. Taylor sets up and gives it to St. George. Feed inside. Boy, the pass just too hard. In and out of the hands of Austin Matta. Teeter quickly ahead. Pulls up.
Stays with Indiana-Kokomo as it goes out of bounds off of Carlow.
Say Taylor touched the last 1:48 to play here in the first half. Campbell will throw it in from underneath his hoop. Peer wide open for three.
No
Hits the back iron. St. George skying for the rebound. It came down to Lyoy off the St. George tip. Lyoy ahead quickly to St. George. Into the corner. Three for Matta. No, it's a long two. It's off the front of the rim. Hits the top of the backboard and will be out of bounds with 1:34 to go.
Wide open look from the corner, but
tell you what,
short-armed it a little bit.
This Carlow team this year, Ben, they have struggled really defensively. They've been all right offensively. They've struggled defensively. Tonight it's totally different. Struggling a bit offensively, but playing some great defense so far.
They are playing great defense, and Kokomo is obliging them with some turnovers as well, but
trap on the near side, Teeter, and they're going to get a foul call.
It's going to be one-on-one. With 1:22 to go, Carlow picks up their 8th team foul, and going to the line will be Teeter to shoot one-on-one. Teeter's got 6. He's their leading scorer on the year and in this game.
Teeter this year has not missed a free throw. He is 36 of 36 at the line.
Holy cow. You jinxed him.
And he missed it. His first free throw he missed all year. They get the rebound, though, and a fadeaway jumper.
By number 10
for Nupp. His first free throw he missed all year.
That's hard to believe.
36 of 36 until then.
1 minute remaining here first half. Carlow leading by 5.
Teeter has been a bit off. I mean, he has 6 points and a couple of threes, but he, for the leading scorer of this team, has not shot the ball very well today.
Turnover.
This time he comes up with a steal. Takes it away from Wright. Back in transition, Teeter.
You don't want to foul him, obviously, and let him go to the line. He's not going to miss again. Like, near
Lawrence,
charge.
Boy, Lawrence out of control. I'm not sure what much more Matta can do there to take a charge. He got knocked over. The ball went out of bounds. Luckily, it was last touched by Lawrence with 40.2 to go. Carlow by 5 here in this first half.
5-second differential between the game clock and the shot clock.
Lyoy will walk it across the timeline. You play your cards right, you can probably get out of here with the last shot. You can shoot it with under 5 seconds to go. It's going to be tough to get it up court. Out of bounds, inbound up court. They rotated on the perimeter. A little bit of weave action up top.
15 remaining in the first half.
10 seconds to go. Taylor with it. Taylor looking to drive, take some contact, floater off the window, no good. 5 seconds to go as the Cougars come away with it. Campbell trying to go quickly. 1 second. Floater at the buzzer, and he hits it.
Campbell goes end to end and hits a floater from the foul line, making it 24-21.
Boy, what
tough break by
what a play there though by Kokomo to get the rebound, kick it out. They got the rebound with about 5 seconds. They were able to pass it to Campbell, and then Campbell was able to go coast to coast, nearly pulled up at the foul line, but was able to go most of the way and hit the floating jump shot as time expired. So the halftime score reads Carlow 24, Kokomo 21. You're listening to Carlow Basketball 2015 right here on the MSA Sports Network.
Life is about having the confidence to know you can do anything right. I get that at Carlow.
I graduated with top awards, but beyond the classroom, Carlow helped me learn a lot about myself.
Carlow brings out the best in you.
I know I'm going to be a fantastic nurse.
I know whatever I come across, I'll be prepared.
I can't think of a better place to start the rest of my life, because at Carlow, I know I matter.
I matter.
I matter.
Enroll at Carlow University. Visit carlow.edu.
Life is about having the confidence to know you can do anything right. I get that at Carlow.
I graduated with top awards, but beyond the classroom, Carlow helped me learn a lot about myself.
Carlow brings out the best in you.
I know I'm going to be a fantastic nurse.
I know whatever I come across, I'll be prepared.
I can't think of a better place to start the rest of my life, because at Carlow, I know I matter.
I matter.
I matter.
Enroll at Carlow University. Visit carlow.edu.
Life is about
Alongside Ben Lubinsky, I'm Josh Rowntree here at the half from Donahoe Pavilion at Oakland Catholic High School. The halftime score reads Carlow 24 and IU-Kokomo 21. Pretty entertaining first half, low scoring, very, very defensive.
Biggest lead either way, I think, was 8 points, Josh.
Yeah.
Carlow led by 8.
But very tight, very well played defensively, to say the least. I mean, there was just an excellent first half, I thought, defensive for Carlow. This is a team that, in that first half, gave up, less than half of what they normally give up at half. Typically, they average giving up about 43.5 points per half, and they gave up 21 here. So definitely a much better effort. I thought IU-Kokomo really struggled at times from the field. We'll try to get some official stats here in a bit, but really, really struggling, I thought, from the field was IU-Kokomo. Look at the leading scorers here. We'll just run it down the list. 3 for Carlow, 3 for Jacob St. George, 4 for Zach Bryan, 2 for Austin Matta, Jordan Pratt, Brandon Loyola each. 8 for Zach Taylor leads the team, and that actually leads all players in the game. Zach Taylor, including those 2 3-pointers that he hit. 3 for Charlie Sharbo, and William Lucian missed a pair of free throws at the line as well, and that's noteworthy as well. Carlow, a little bit of struggles at the line in this one, not great. 8 points for Nick Teeter is 6 points for Teeter. It's tied for the team lead. 5 for Aaron Nupp, 2 for Jared Lawrence, 1 for Brian Powell and Zach Rhea each, and 6 for Jerome Campbell, tying him with Teeter for their team leads so far. Carlow, much like we saw in the women's game, I think being very aggressive defensively, very aggressive on the boards. They're creating some turnovers in this game, especially early on through the first 10 to 12 minutes of the half. Well, they forced a number of turnovers. They were looking really, really good early on. Were able to hold that lead, but the offense sort of went away. They got to get something going offensively here in this second half.
About 11 minutes remains until the second half starts up, Josh. And once again, Carlow with a 3-point lead at half, 24-21, trying to notch their second win of the season in their inaugural season of NAIA basketball.
Carlow, this is the only game tonight in the KIAC. Carlow, tomorrow, they will travel with the ladies down to the University of Pikeville in Kentucky, and they will take on Pikeville tomorrow afternoon. Other games in the KIAC tomorrow, Rio Grande versus IU East. IU-Kokomo, the team we're seeing tonight, they will take on Point Park, so just a short jaunt down the road, and they'll be at Point Park. IU Southeast against Asbury, and Alice Lloyd against Brescia. You look at the standings right now. Again, this year they divided into North and South for the divisions of the KIAC. In the North, that is where Carlow lies. And right now, Carlow, the men's team, in last place in the North. IU East in first. They are 13-5 overall, 1-0 in the KIAC. Point Park 9-6 overall. They are 1-2 in conference play. IU-Kokomo playing their first conference game tonight of the year. They're 6-9 overall. Rio Grande 10-5, 0-1 in the conference, and then Carlow 1-10 and 0-3 here in their first season as a program. The men's team in the South of the KIAC, Alice Lloyd on top, 7-10 overall, but they are 3-0 in KIAC play. Asbury 11-4, 2-0 in conference play. Brescia is 1-0 in the KIAC and 9-5 overall. Cincinnati Christian, the only NAIA Division II ranked team, they are 22nd. They are 12-5 overall. They have not played a KIAC game yet. And finally, IU Southeast 3-10 overall and 0-2 in KIAC play. That is your look at the conference. That is the Kentucky Interscholastic Athletic Conference here of this Friday night. Earlier we had a chance to talk with George Slyman just about overall the men's program, the women's program, how things have been going, some very encouraging things, and that was at halftime of the women's game, and the women moving on to hold on in that game. They were up 40-25 at half. Just to sort of recap that basketball game for you, they were up 40-25 at half. Kind of a late surge in the first half, got them a 15-point advantage. They got pretty good second half efforts from Lindsay Mueller, who played for the first time in the last 3 games. She had missed 3 games in a row with injury. She played, did not start, but did contribute, particularly late in the game. Scored 14 points, hit a couple of big threes in the second half. Erin DeSanti had a nice second half. She came out with 9 points in the half. She had a total of 14 in the game as well, tying her for the Celtics high with that 14 points with her former high school teammate and Lindsay Mueller. Rachel Burgess added 9 points, 7 of which came early on in the first half. She ended up with 9 in the game. Megan Cohen had a very nice game, particularly defensively. She ended up with 10 points, third best on the team, but created a number of steals in the basketball game, was a lockdown defensive player down low for the Celtics tonight. And on the other side for IU Kokomo, they got 16 points from Leila Crawford, their leading scorer, but most of her points came just too little too late. She had 2 points in the first half, and she was a player that was her leading scorer at over 12 points per game. And then in the second half, she was able to come on late, hit some free throws down the stretch. But it was just too late for the Cougars, and they could not prevail in that one. So a good win for the Celtics, who get their first KIAC win of the season, their first conference win of the year, and they advance to 6-4 overall and 1-3 in conference play. Kind of interesting, these back-to-backs. Don't you think? Going to be cool to see these 2 teams go at it. Carlow and the men and the women going at it all season long. These back-to-back games. It's going to be fun to watch here the rest of the 2015 season.
Yeah, definitely, Josh. Adds a new twist to it. As you said, the men's game much quicker, a lot more transition, quicker transition.
It is amazing to watch the difference, especially covering the women's game just minutes ago, then turning around and doing the men's game. It's like it's twice as fast. It really is, and that's not taking anything away from the ladies. That's just how fast these male athletes are.
Sometimes the women's game, they tend to shoot a little bit better. A little bit more finesse, and ball being a tad smaller, they seem to sometimes shoot and score a little bit more. Certainly the pace of the scoring was much higher in the women's game. Despite the speed of this game, it's a rather low scoring halftime, 24-21 Carlow.
Yeah, the women's game was going to play out low scoring. It really was a pretty low scoring game. As you mentioned, the Cougars had 25 points in the first half, and that's kind of where we were on pace, but then Carlow really got hot at the end of the first half, and they were able to pull away, and then that really helped them. But certainly it was a very entertaining game. Good to see Carlow get back on the winning track after dropping 4 games in a row. And sometimes that's what that Christmas break can do. It can get you back on a winning track if you've been maybe losing a couple, and that's exactly what it did for the Celtics here tonight. So Carlow men's team back out on the court. They got out here really early.
They're getting their shots in, and IU Kokomo still in the locker room talking, it seems.
Always interesting, that strategy. Is it more important for the coach to yell at you or talk to you a little bit, or is it more important to go out and get some shots in? I would think they would want to get some shots in because the rims have not been kind to the Cougars so far. They have missed a number of shots.
Yeah, they still have plenty of time to warm up, though. 4:40, they're getting into their layup line as the second half will commence in about 4.5 minutes. Once again, Carlow leading 24-21, trying to equal their win total in one night. They have one win all season, trying to get their second tonight. And if they can play the second half like they played the first half, they'll have a good shot at that. Coach Tim Kiefer with his purple dress shirt on tonight, matching Carlow's team colors. They're in their white home uniforms, trimmed out in purple and gold. Kokomo in a dark red, trimmed out in gray and black.
No stats coming our way. The stat computer melted down, so no stats coming for us. But we can give you the points. We can certainly give you the points. I got that taken care of, and we'll go from there. But 3:40 to go. As I mentioned, Carlow men and women in action tomorrow. University of Pikeville.
Probably be a pretty decent drive to there, I would think.
Yeah, I looked it up. It's about 5.5 to 6 hours. So they play at, I think, 3 and 5 tomorrow. So I don't know if they're leaving tonight or if they're leaving early in the morning or what. But it's gonna be tough playing late tonight, and then we probably won't be done until around 10 o'clock. And by the time they get out of here and everything, it's nearly 11 o'clock. So I imagine they probably leave in the morning. But yeah, that's
long bus trip.
Tough couple of days for a non-conference.
Tough to get out of the bus after 5 or 6 hours and go play a game.
That's absolutely true. Really impressed though what I saw so far with this team. I mean, obviously, talked to George Slyman. It's been a struggle. I think everybody knew coming in a first-year program, playing in an established conference, it was going to be a struggle. And one thing that George made a great point on was that Coach Kiefer did not back down from his scheduling. He went out, they scheduled NAIA Division I teams, they scheduled some NCAA Division II teams even.
Yeah, they played
Clarion and played very well.
Pitt Johnstown. Only lost by 17, I believe, to Pitt at Johnstown, who's a pretty solid Division II team in the PSAC. Clarion also a good PSAC team.
Yeah, their lone win of the year was actually the first game of the year. And they beat Penn State Greater Allegheny by 1 point. That was their first game of the year.
The women earlier in the year played a Division II opponent in Seton Hill in a non-conference game. Unfortunately, Seton Hill won rather handily in that one.
Asked George Slyman, and he confirms Carlow will leave in the morning for Pikeville. They'll travel down there. So, yep, it's about a 5.5 hour drive. Well, Tim Kiefer at the helm here. First chance to see his coaching style. First chance to see all of these players for myself play. I know you got a chance to see them earlier in the year, but my first opportunity to see how they looked. Kind of a gritty team. I mean, it's kind of how they're going to be. They're not exactly a high-flying bunch. They're not going to, I don't think, go and put up 80 points a game anytime soon. But
they have some guys that can make shots, but I haven't, in the limited time I've seen them, I haven't seen anybody that looks like a real knockdown shooter. But they can make shots. But
I think for Tim Kiefer, it's probably a lot easier to coach team basketball, team philosophy, defensive basketball, than it is to go out and coach guys to become scorers.
Yep.
I mean, that's going to come later. That's going to be something that has to be developed that might not even be in this group. So, that might be something that you have to sort of integrate into a program, the mentality of scoring the basketball. But first things first, I think initially you can make guys good defensive basketball players. That's what they look like so far through the first 20 minutes tonight.
Second half about to get underway here, and it looks like Kokomo has the second half possession arrow.
Again, scoring leaders in the first half for Carlow, Zach Taylor with 8 points, 6 points for Nick Teeter and Jerome Campbell for the Cougars. And the Cougars will throw it in. It will be Jared Lawrence to toss it. Austin Matta remains in the game. Carlow going with a much smaller look here. They're going really kind of with 5 guards here. They work it down low initially to Pierre, and he's going to get fouled.
Foul in there. quick foul on Carlow, 6 seconds in.
They keep Lucien out of the game.
St. George with the foul, his first, team first.
And right now it's St. George, Taylor, Sharbo, Bryan, and Matta. It's the 5 out on the court as knocking down the first one is number 42, Micah Peer, his first point. Second one no good. Sharbo grabs the rebound, and Zach Bryan will bring it ahead. Zach Bryan out of Norwin High School collects, distributes to Matta. Matta then swings it far side. St. George back up top, Taylor. Taylor on the near side to Matta. Down into the quarter to St. George. They work it inside Sharbo. Sharbo gets fouled as he goes up strong, and he'll go to the line to shoot a pair. They're going to get Nupp.
We'd also like to pass along apologies for some technical difficulties on the iHigh video stream. Seems to be the problem worked out now, though, so once again, apologies for the iHigh video stream.
First free throw by Sharbo is off the mark. We're 26 seconds into the quarter. Charlie Sharbo out of Thomas Jefferson High School coach Dom DeSico. One of the more interesting high school coaches you will ever meet.
Gets the second. 3-point lead again. Same as the halftime lead for Carlow.
And quickly beating it is Teeter. Teeter then distributes to the left side. This is Nupp. Nupp back on top. I'll tell you what, this team, they have the big guys. Nupp, Peer, and back and down. They call block and one. They're going to get Matta with the foul, and then the basket good for Micah Peer.
What's Nupp listed at? Only 6'4"? He looks a lot bigger than 6'4", doesn't he?
He does.
42? Oh, that's Peer. Peer's 6'9".
Yeah, Peer's 6'9", and
no wonder he looks bigger than 6'4".
He certainly is.
He's the biggest 6'4" kid I've ever seen.
Knocks down the free throw. And this game is tied. 4 points for Micah Peer. All coming here in the second half. This smaller lineup for Carlow has let Micah Peer do some work inside, 6'9". He has 6 inches on anybody on the court for Carlow. Sharbo, the biggest guy out there, at 6'3".
Carlow going with a smaller lineup this half, going without the big Lucien who started the game.
Bryan near side, thought about a three, passed it up. Good zone defense being applied here. They come to the near side. Bryan off balance, throws up a three. It's well off the mark, and Campbell pulls down the rebound. Campbell in transition. Take the lead with a bucket.
Wide open.
Far side, Nupp. Nupp works it inside. Peer, turn around, hook shot, off the mark, no. Battle for the rebound, falling over near the doorway on the far side of the court was Matta, and it'll stay with IU-Kokomo. Carlow's got to find some sort of size in there. Maybe you get in Sunder to at least provide a little bit of height. Teeter wide open on the inbound, and he buries the three. Carlow didn't find him. He was wide open. That's Teeter's third three. He has 9 points in the game.
And it's a 3-point lead for Kokomo. They've came out strong to start the second half.
They check in Pratt. Pratt with control of the basketball over to Taylor on the far side. Zach Taylor goes around a man, comes to Bryan. Trap in the corner. Bryan threw it in the corner. And right there was Tim Kiefer. I have a feeling we're going to be very entertained sitting next to Tim Kiefer all year. Threw it in the corner, and Kiefer goes, "Don't throw that ball in the corner. Come on now." That's exactly right. Ball did go out of bounds, last touch by IU-Kokomo, so it'll stay with the Celtics. Bryan on the dribble. Zach Bryan, offensive foul call. They're going to get Pratt underneath.
Illegal screen. Pratt's had a rough time of it tonight with turnovers and fouls.
Yeah, he has. I think you're starting to see here early in the second half some of the growing pains. Not necessarily coaching-wise, but making the adjustments as players when another team has made adjustments, which this team has.
Campbell blows by and scores.
My goodness, Campbell runs the baseline and puts it up and in.
He's got 8, and it's a 5-point lead, Kokomo's biggest lead of the day.
Over to Sharbo. Sharbo. It's 2-3 zones, giving Carlow some fits here. They only have 1 point in this second half.
Campbell is really quick and can leap.
Taylor up top.
Shot clock down to 10.
Tipped. Matta catches it. Shot clock at 7. It's 6. Pass tipped again. Matta with it. Pratt's going to have to get up a shot. 3 seconds.
It's an air ball.
Yeah, and it's short, collected by Lawrence. Great defensive play here so far by the Cougars. Going from that man to a zone D. It's worked very well.
9-1 second half.
They're going to get Sunder into the game to add some height. Teeter spots up 3. He buries it.
He's got 4 threes for 12, and it is now 33-25, an 8-point lead, equaling the biggest lead Carlow had, but now it's Kokomo's lead.
Nearly a 42% three-point shooter is Nick Teeter. He, this season coming into tonight, 46 of 110 threes.
A lot of attempts.
He takes them, but he makes them a lot.
Yeah, I can't complain about that percentage.
Matta, jump shot from the baseline, no good. Sharbo, the rebound. He gets it.
Didn't look like he got hit much, kind of fell away. They called the foul, and he makes it. Bucket and 1 for Sharbo.
Lawrence.
Sharbo now with 6 points, cuts the lead to 6.
Sharbo with 6 points. 16:24 left. Sharbo will toe the line. His team now down by 6. And he buries it. Now a 7-point total for Sharbo, and they come out, does Carlow in a full court press. Sunder they use up top, so they use their tallest player on the court up front. But Campbell goes right around, they throw it underneath. It's in and out of the hands of Pierre, and it'll go over to the Celtics.
Pierre at 6'9", 220. Kind of a soft build to him, though, for a big guy.
Definitely an inside presence. There's no doubt about it. I mean, anytime you have a 6'9" kid out there, he'll give you something. Taylor in the corner. Thought about a 3, passed it up. Skip past to Taylor. Taylor trying to go down the left side of the lane with the left-hand dribble. Kicked it back out, though, to Taylor. Near side corner. Pratt goes through a guy.
Nice
dishes
pass.
it underneath. Sharbo then got it blocked. Out of bounds. I think that's the situation there. Sharbo just needs to put that ball up instantly. He had the position, he had the open shot, he pump faked, and that allowed the defender to get over in time. I believe it was Lawrence to get over and swat that ball out of bounds. Pratt now looking for an inbound.
Finds Zach Bryan.
Bryan thought about a 3. Teeter
shot clock's getting down.
2 seconds. Taylor a 3,
air
well
ball.
off the mark, and air ball. Lawrence grabs it. Here comes Teeter in transition, going with Bryan, goes around Bryan, scoop shot off the window, no good. Scramble for the loose basketball. Finally, Pratt comes away with it. Here comes Pratt in transition. Jordan Pratt tried to leave it off, stolen away, and they're going to get the kick. Yeah, it was a kick after he tried to pass it Pratt, and it'll stay with the Celtics. St. George comes in for Zach Bryan.
IU-Kokomo leading 33-28, 15:23 remains.
St. George on the inbound to the baseline to Pratt. Pratt tries to go through a couple of men.
Fouled.
He's going to be fouled.
He's going to even up the team fouls at 3 of each. It's on number 12.
That's the second foul on
Jared
Lawrence. The last couple minutes.
3 fouls each way in the second half. Early going. 15:20 remains. 33-28. IU-Kokomo clinging to a 5-point lead. Sunder gets it inside.
St. George on the near sideline. They rotate the basketball, feed it, baseline, Pratt. Pratt trapped in the corner, trying to get out of it. Gets it over to Sharbo at the top of the key. Sharbo tried to dish it off underneath, couldn't do it. Then he tries to scramble after the basketball. Can't get to that either. Campbell in transition. Good bounce pass across the Teeter in the corner. But right there was Sunder in position. Pratt swats the ball on an attempted pass, and it's stolen away. Pratt in transition, pulls up, kisses it off the window, and gets it to fall.
Oh, nice move by Jordan Pratt. Maybe he can get going. He struggled up to this point, but that was a beautiful drive there.
4 points for him. It's now a 3-point game. 33-30, 14:45 to play. Lawrence curls, goes in, floater off balance. Pratt grabs a rebound, then it comes free to Sunder. Sunder in transition, a 4-on-2. Sunder going to take it all the way. Off the window and good.
Peter tried to draw the charge, no call, and the bucket goes by Sunder and cuts it to 1.
That's a good no call. It's been a fairly physical game.
Yeah, flailed. 33-32, cut to 1. Big man Lucian going to check in. Yep, here's a 3 by Teeter in the air. No good.
Into a long one.
Rebound.
Off the mark.
Miles Sunder.
And that's the thing. You put Sunder back in the game, it gives you the height dimension that they did not have in the early couple of minutes. He can grab some boards. Here's a 3 by Taylor off the mark. No good. Boy, that would have been a big one.
hectic pace all of a sudden.
Yep, Lawrence grabs a rebound, and now Campbell will bring it up court.
Up and down action. Carlow trailing by 1, 33-32, just inside 14 minutes to go.
Up top, Teeter again, open for 3, and he buries it again. 15 on 5 3-pointers for Nick Teeter.
Teeter, their leading scorer, just about at his average. What's he average, Josh?
He averages 15.9 a game.
He's got 15. 4-point lead again for IU-Kokomo, 36-32. We're going to have a timeout, a full timeout taken by Coach Tim Kiefer of Carlow with 13:31 remaining, 36-32.
Yep, that's a media timeout. We'll take a break. You're listening to Carlow Basketball 2015 right here on the MSA Sports Network.
About having the confidence to know you can do anything right. I get that at Carlow.
I graduated with top awards, but beyond the classroom, Carlow helped me learn a lot about myself.
Carlow brings out the best in you.
I know I'm going to be a fantastic nurse.
I know whatever I come across, I'll be prepared.
I can't think of a better place to start the rest of my life, because at Carlow, I know I matter.
I matter.
I matter.
Enroll at Carlow University. Visit carlow.edu.
Tight basketball game. 36-32 is the score. Carlow trying to battle back after leading for most of the first half. Big run here. Headwayed by 3 3-pointers from Nick Teeter. Some good play down low by Micah Peer. It's given IU-Kokomo a 4-point lead.
Carlow led by 3 at half, trail by 4 now. Carlow to inbound on the other side over by the stands. 13:31 remaining in the game. 36-32. IU-Kokomo with a 4-point lead. Carlow inbounds. Jordan Pratt has it out front.
Yep, Pratt will lead it and gives it over to Jacob St. George. Now to Zach Taylor. Jehosa Wright checks into the game. Left wing, this is Pratt. Pratt will drop it back out. Pratt now contested too, and a long one at the buzzer of the shot clock off the front of the rim, but it comes down to Taylor. They can reset the offense.
Had to get that one off. Wasn't a real good look, but had to get it off. Got the offensive rebound. Here's a feed inside to Pratt. Oh, he misses Lucian.
That comes right to St. George, though.
Back over top to Taylor. Skipped into the corner. Josiah Wright.
Jehosa Wright takes it. Comes free to Lucian.
He
Lucian
gets
turns around and gets it.
Lucian gets the roll inside. I believe that's his first bucket, Josh?
Yep, it is. Yep, first points of the night.
36-34.
Come on, Jordan. Come on, Jordan. Jordan, no gap for you, Jordan. No gap.
Tied up in the corner to Lawrence. Finally gets it up top to Nupp. Now Teeter. Teeter trying to dribble around a screen. Gets by. Over to the corner. Nupp 3, no, and a rebound.
Hits the shot clock.
Yeah, you're right. It did go up. It caught the shot clock, and it'll stay with the Celtics. 36-34 is the score. 2-point game.
12:15 remaining in the game here. This one has all the makings of a nail biter, Josh.
Right with it. Outside. Gives it off to Pratt. Pratt to St. George. Inside to Lucen. Back out to St. George. Steps into a 3.
He got it.
Bang!
St. George nails it, and Carlow leads again, 37-36.
6 points for Jacob St. George, and Carlow takes a 1-point lead. Lawrence left side.
No gap, Jordan.
Trying to feed the ball inside. Carlow getting much better defensively. Teeter pulls up short little 5-foot jumper, and he got it.
First bucket of the game for Teeter that's not a 3. He has 17 now to lead all scorers. 38-37, IU-Kokomo leads by 1.
Back and forth we go. Pratt with it on the left side. Jordan Pratt off to Jacob St. George out of Central Valley High School. Now Taylor. Taylor into the corner to St. George. Floating shot off the mark, and Campbell grabs it.
Came up short. Tough shot there by St. George. Tough angle on a floater.
Campbell trying to push the pace. They get back well defensively. Pierre turn around left
He
hook.
gets the roll. The big man with a left-handed jump hook.
40-37, IU Kokomo leads.
6 points now for Micus Pierre. 3-point lead.
Left
IU
side.
Kokomo.
St. George inside.
Lucian. Oh, he loses it.
Yeah, lost control of it, but right there again was Taylor. How about Taylor on the offensive boards? He's grabbing a number of them in this game. Lucian looking for somebody to get the ball to. Finally gives it to Pratt. Nearly got whistled for it.
Shot clock at 5. They're going to have to force something here, Josh.
Pratt, 3 seconds.
Lucian, short one, air
can't
ball.
hit it.
Right with a rebound. He gets blocked.
No, that's going to be a shot
violation.
clock violation. Yeah, the ball never touched the rim.
Right with a nice rebound, but just couldn't get it up in time. Miles Sunder back in for Carlow for Lucian.
Yeah, I thought Sunder did some good things.
He did.
I think it's a good decision to get him back in here. He contributed very well.
Lucian's a little bit bigger and bulkier, but Sunder's a little more active and a little more athletic. 40-37, IU Kokomo leads halfway through the second half. 10 minutes remain.
Near side, this is Bo Dedman in the game. Dedman pulls up with a right-hand floater, and he got it.
The rare roll on these rims there, Josh, and it's a 5-point lead again for Kokomo.
Haven't seen much of Bo Dedman so far, but he comes in and hits.
Pratt, tough shot.
Yeah, that's a force there. It comes free to
Oh,
Teeter.
right, fouled him. Yep, they called it. Didn't seem like they were gonna, but he came right across the body of Teeter there and whacked him.
Seems like we've had some delays on calls so far tonight. Kind of maybe waiting to see how the play turns out before the whistle blows, which is okay. I'll take that.
9:35 remaining. 42-37 IU Kokomo with a 5-point lead.
Up top they go. Dedman with it.
Carlow had taken the lead back not long ago, but quickly relinquished it.
Campbell with it. Campbell swings it up top to Dedman. Over to Teeter, to Campbell, three-pointer in the air, back rim, no good.
Gets his own.
Rebound tipped and comes to Campbell. He feeds it down low to
Nice.
Pierre. Wide open, but losing the basketball
Almost
is
a walk,
not.
but no call.
Yep. Teeter now a contested three, and he drills it. 20 points for Teeter.
He's got 6 threes, and he's got 20, nearly half their points, and it's once again equaled their biggest lead at 8, 45-37 IU Kokomo.
We mentioned that kind of had some old man game to him. That's exactly what it is. He's just a pure shooter.
Yeah,
Ball out of bounds, last touch by IU Kokomo.
Kind of got the receding hairline of an older player.
It does.
The beard.
Couple subs come in here. Zach Bryan checks in. Charlie Charbot as well. They don't sub a lot, IU Kokomo. They don't go very deep into their bench.
8:40 remains here in the game. Carlow trailing by 8 now.
They have 14 guys on their roster, IU Kokomo, but they do not play very many. They've played about maybe 8 guys total tonight. 2-3 defense. Campbell trying to step out on Bryan. Goes cross court to Pratt. Pratt at the buzzer, off the rim, no good. Carlow's taking too much time off the shot clock there. They're rushing shots
Pratt
at the end of the
once again,
clock.
had to just try to beat the buzzer there, and we get a hand check call on Zach Taylor. But yeah, they're just running the clock down to the point where they're just, basically trying to draw iron and hope,
Brandon Loyola check in here. Steps in.
Jordan Pratt out for Carlow. 8:16 remains. Carlow trailing by 8. IU Kokomo to inbound under their own hoop.
Dedman takes it on the far side. They work it inside. This is Nupp now outside to Dedman. He nails the three.
They put the points up wrong there, but it's actually going to be an 11-point lead now. The points went up for Carlow. They should have went up the other way. It should be 48-37. Hopefully they catch that. There, they're getting it back.
Far side, Bryan pass across the top of the D. Then
Taylor fouled from behind by 14. That's Bo Dedman.
This is the point here. If you're Carlow, you have to cut the bleeding. And
you do.
Or stop the bleeding, I should say. And
yeah, this could get, if they don't get control of it, they could find themselves down by 20 soon. So that if they can get it back, maybe to 5 or 6, have a shot. Tipped on the inbounds, it'll stay with Carlow. 7:45 remaining. Of
course, the state of Indiana, such a hotbed for basketball. How many Indiana teams, Indiana University branch campuses are there in this league. There's a number of them. East, Kokomo, Southeast. Pass across the top of the defense.
Nice
Sharbo
pass.
brings it in.
And
Sunder fouled, and he gets it.
Nice feed on a drive by Charbo. Drops it off to, or Charbo drops it off to Sunder. He's fouled from behind, makes the left-handed layup. He's got 4, cuts the lead to 9, and he's going for the conventional three-point play.
Powell picks up the foul.
Fouls are even at 5 each in the second half. Sunder going for the and one here. He's got it.
Yep, so Sunder knocks it down.
He's got 5, and Carlow desperately needed that. They cut an 11-point lead to 8.
They got to get some stops here. They did it early, but defense has been tough in the second half. Here's a jumper pulled up for Taylor. Grabs a rebound quickly, outlets to Brian. Sharbo running the court with him, as is Lyoy. Lyoy, spot, three-pointer, in and out, no good.
Man, that was almost down. That would have been a big one. Tight rims again, Josh.
Yep, absolutely. Campbell brings it up.
7 minutes remain.
48-40 is the score. Campbell with it. Goes around to screen, now to the near side. Three-pointer by Nupp. That's off the mark. Lyoy gets the rebound.
Taylor with a nice box out. Lyoy gets it, brings it ahead to Zach Bryan.
Bryan back to Lyoy, top of the key. Near side corner. That's Taylor. Well, Taylor plays a lot of minutes, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like he's barely come out of the game at all.
That's how he stays so thin.
Yeah, Bryan in near side. Lyoy, pump fake, tries to go around 2 men that he got the bite.
Bryan open,
now
jumper, he got it.
He got it.
15-footer from the left corner by Zach Bryan, 48-42. Carlow, 5 unanswered points, cuts it an 11-point lead back to 6.
48-42. What can the Celtics build on here? There's a pass inside, nearly thrown away as it was saved by Nupp. Here's Teeter. Teeter trying to work baseline. He gets fouled.
Hand check on the way in by armbar by Zach Bryan.
Right now, you have to make sure that Teeter doesn't get a chance. You got to make sure he doesn't get a chance to pull up for 3 with 6:04 left.
And you hate to see him go to the line. He entered the game 36 for 36, but did miss an attempt tonight, amazingly.
It's a full timeout. We'll take one as well. 48-42, just over 6 minutes to play here from Oakland Catholic. Carlow down by 6. You're listening to Carlow Basketball 2015 right here on the MSA Sports Network.
Life is about having the confidence to know you can do anything right. I get that at Carlow.
I graduated with top awards, but beyond the classroom, Carlow helped me learn a lot about myself.
Carlow brings out the best in you.
I know I'm going to be a fantastic nurse.
I know whatever I come across, I'll be prepared.
I can't think of a better place to start the rest of my life, because at Carlow, I know I matter.
I matter.
I matter.
Enroll at Carlow University. Visit carlow.edu.
So let's reset things here with the score being 48-42 with 6:04 to play. Carlow with 6 fouls, 5 for IU Kokomo. I don't think anybody is really in that bad of foul trouble at this point.
6:04 remains. Teeter with a 3 from the corner, no good.
Can't hit it. They
Sunder
can't get
with
the
the
rebound
rebound.
either. Sunder grabs it over Nupp. They have Nupp at 6'4". He looks bigger than that. We talked about that
Left-handed
earlier.
drive and a foul.
All right, there you go.
Lyoy.
Good take by Lyoy.
Going to shoot 2.
We're going to get Nupp with the foul.
His second. Team 6 fouls even each way at 6. Lyoy to the line. Lyoy's got 2 points on the day. Going to shoot his first free throws of the night.
On a big score, 8 points per game, and he is able to hit the first at the line. Lyoy this year, 6 of 6. Not been there very often, but he's now 7 of 7.
He's the mini Teeter. One more coming, could cut it to 4. Carlow right back in this. He's got it. Cut to 4.
Down both 4 points.
44. 5:53 remains, and the clock's not running, Josh.
And Carlow full court man to man. They're going to get it here.
The ref sees it.
Yeah, clock did not start.
Yeah, the clock did not run for about, I don't know, 5 or 6 seconds there. They're not going to make them take any time off. They're just going to remind them to start the clock.
The scoreboard and most of the game day staff here, we talked about it with George Slyman earlier, run by Carlow students. A lot of good involvement from the students. It's a 4-point game, 5:45 to go. Coming down the right side,
Banker,
Rhea, and he gets it. Yeah, Zach Rhea got it to drop.
Got the roll.
He has 3 points. Back in transition, Taylor. Taylor goes down the left side, gives it off to Bryan. Zach Bryan.
Back to a 6-point lead for Kokomo, 50-44, 5:25 remains. Bryan loses it on a feed inside, almost gets it back, but no, here goes Campbell.
Campbell takes it, here he comes. They don't have numbers, but they give it off to Teeter, wide open 3, can't hit it.
Teeter trailing on a 3, and it's swept out of bounds by IU Kokomo over to Carlow.
Powell knocked it out of bounds. The Brian Powell, the 6'6" sophomore out of Tipton High School. He's a transfer from Wabash College. Not a lot of guys transferred to this IU Kokomo team. Just a lot of high school players. He's the only guy that transferred. Lyoy.
5 minutes remains in the game. Carlow trails by 6, 50-44.
Lyoy on the near side. Again, that 2-3 zone being applied here. It's been very effective. Lyoy near side, 3-pointer in the air, in front of the rim.
Rebound by
Charbo.
Charbos. Dumps it inside to Sunder. Sunder loses it.
Charbo shouldn't be passing that ball. It's too
tough
close
pass,
inside the pass.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, and Sunder tried his best to gather it in, but could not. Charbo probably should have just pulled it out there or try to get it back up himself. 4:40 remains. 50-44. IU Kokomo leads.
Oh, Campbell nearly lost it. Lyoy turned his back, and as he did, kicking the ball was Campbell. Lyoy could have had it if he would have been facing forward. Now Campbell on the right side tries to take it into the paint. Little floating shot. It's the back of the rim. A lot of contact. Charbo can't come up with it. Then up and under move, and it's good for number 22, Zach Rhea. He has 5 points with 4 coming late here. And Carlow's going to use a timeout with 4:09 left. They trail by 8.
A full timeout is taken by Carlow coaching staff.
Full timeout on the court. We'll step aside as well. With 4:09 left, Carlow trails IU Kokomo by a score of 52-44 right here on the MSA Sports Network.
Life is about having the confidence to know you can do anything right. I get that at Carlow.
I graduated with top awards, but beyond the classroom, Carlow helped me learn a lot about myself.
Carlow brings out the best in you.
I know I'm going to be a fantastic nurse.
I know whatever I come across, I'll be prepared.
I can't think of a better place to start the rest of my life, because at Carlow, I know I matter.
I matter.
I matter.
Enroll at Carlow University. Visit carlow.edu.
All right, again, 4:09 left here in this basketball game. Carlow trails 52-44. They will have possession of the basketball. It'll be Taylor to inbound right in front of us here at the scorer's table.
Zach Bryan handling the ball out front. A little over 4 minutes remains. Carlow trailing by 8. Getting down to crunch time, Josh. Carlow's going to need some points and some stops.
Lyoy with it on the right side, feeds it to Sunder just from the right block extended. Over to Taylor. Taylor to Lyoy. Lyoy threw it away.
Pass.
Yeah, bad pass there. This zone defense has just been terrific for IU Kokomo in this second half. They have got a lot of turnovers off of that zone. St. George set the check back in.
Teeter
underneath. He's fouled, and he's nearly automatic at the line, though he did miss his first of the season earlier.
Teeter's got 20, right, Josh?
What's that?
20 points for Teeter, I believe.
Yep, he's at 20 right now.
Leading scorer in the game by far.
He has, 6 3-pointers. And he makes the first.
21.
Again, he entered the game 36 of 36 at the free throw line this season. He missed, as soon as I said that stat, he missed his first of the year.
Now he's starting a new streak.
Yep. It extends to 2, as he now has 22 points.
And it's a double-digit lead, 54-44. IU Kokomo with a lead.
St. George in transition.
Loses his dribble.
Yeah, picks it up.
Gives it off to Taylor. Cutter.
Feed inside to Pratt. Pratt then lost the basketball, taken away by Campbell. 10-point game. It's slipping away from the Celtics here with 3.5 minutes to go. Campbell takes it all the way, gets bumped, and
it's a good call.
We're going to get Sunder.
Sunder got him on the way in, bumped him. It's going to be 2 shots or 1-on-1, depending how they call it. 2 shots. Campbell at the line. Has he been to the line yet tonight? Doesn't look like it.
He missed 2 earlier.
He's got a chance to get into double figures. With that free throw, he's got 9, and it's an 11-point lead. And I think IU-Kokomo might be pulling away here a little bit, Josh.
Yeah, he was 0 for 2 from the line earlier in the game, but this time he goes 1 for 2.
He's got 9.
Sunder gets the rebound.
Oh,
and then they throw it away. Teeter with a good steal, and then Teeter falls hard into the bleachers on the far side of the court.
That's a tough pass the whole way across the court like that. It gives the other team too much time to step up for that pass. Going to give it to Carlow, though.
Yeah, Teeter intercepted it, and then he went out of bounds with the basketball, and he actually ended up crashing into the bleachers on the far side. He was slow getting up. The bleachers here are fairly close. I mean, for a high school girls game, which is what this gym is really intended for, what it was built for, it's probably not an issue. But for a collegiate men's game,
the
really speed, it's very close over there.
Carlow needs points and stops, trailing by 11 here with 3 minutes remaining.
Austin Madden in the game picked up the dribble. They worked to
the
left side, and there's a 3 for Jacob St. George.
Quick timeout.
St. George's second 3 of the half, and that makes it an 8-point game. A timeout taken, a full timeout taken by Carlow. We'll step aside as well. You're listening to Carlow basketball right here on the MSA Sports Network.
Life is about having the confidence to know you can do anything right. I get that at Carlow.
I graduated with top awards, but beyond the classroom, Carlow helped me learn a lot about myself.
Carlow brings out the best in you.
I know I'm going to be a fantastic nurse.
I know whatever I come across, I'll be prepared.
I can't think of a better place to start the rest of my life, because at Carlow, I know I matter.
I matter.
I matter.
Enroll at Carlow University. Visit carlow.edu.
You know, Ben, one thing that is encouraging watching this Carlow team, you know, a lot of times for first-year programs, you enter a conference, and it can be ugly. And they've had, you know, a fair share of one-sided contests. They really scheduled themselves tough early in the season against some high-quality opponents, non-conference opponents. But here in conference play, they took a couple of licks, bounced back their last time out with a tight loss, just an 8-point game at Alice Lloyd. And here they are tonight playing really well, had a lead for a good portion of the game, but offensively they struggled here in the second half, but certainly encouraging to see how hard they have played in this one.
We got Jordan Pratt with a hold, I believe, one-on-one. Jordan Pratt with a foul, his 4th, possibly. 4 fouls on Jordan Pratt, and shooting one-on-ones Teeter, and that's bad news for Carlow.
Yeah, that's the one guy you don't want to foul.
38 for 39 on the year.
He misses again. My goodness. After coming in perfect on the year, he's missed 2 in the game.
Another turnover.
And then Carlow turns the ball over. Teeter takes it away. Carlow, I think, at times rushing a bit too much with their offense. At times they've taken too much time, and at times they've gone far too quickly. And here's Campbell with a little floater. He hits it. He has 11.
He's in the double figures. Second IU-Kokomo player in the double figures. Campbell has 11. 2:30 remains. 10-point lead.
St. George in the corner. He just hit one from there, and he gets it.
He's got 12. He leads all Carlow scorers. First Carlow player in double figures is St. George. 57-50. IU-Kokomo clinging to a 7-point lead. And we got a hold on Jordan Pratt, and that's going to be it for Jordan Pratt. He is going to walk the plank as Zach Bryan is going to come check in for him.
Pratt, his 5th. Bryan checks in.
Unfortunately, Teeter to the line again. I'm sure he's due after missing his 2nd of the night. Pretty large sample size to see that he's a good free throw shooter. He hits the first, 58-50. Sharbo checks back in for Carlow, in for Matta. Austin Matta checks out, 58-50. Teeter with one more free throw upcoming. He gets the roll. He's 4 for 6 at the line. He's got 24 points to lead all scorers, 59-50.
Bryan will bring it ahead. Goes to the far side to St. George. 9-point game. Time running out, though, here for Carlow. Charbo over to Bryan. Up top. They rotate it. St. George underneath, in and out of the hands of Sunder. Comes free to Bryan. Bryan goes up through traffic, and he gets a wild one to fall.
Ran into the big man, just had to get it up over him, and he did. Zach Bryan's got 8, 59-52, 153 remains here.
So a minute 59 to go. Carlow down by 7. You got to get a stop here, and you got to get a bucket. Then you can make it a 5-point game. All of a sudden, it's a 2-possession game, and you can start thinking about fouling and doing some other things. Looking at Kokomo free throw wise, you obviously don't want to foul Teeter. Then you look at a guy like Micah Peer, 80% free throw shooter. That is great for a big man. Lawrence is 67%. Not a small sample size, just 7 of 8 at the line this year, but 87%. From the free throw line, Zach Ray, 70%. They are just a great free throw shooting team. They shoot 75%.
There you go, Josh, trying to get it in. They're in the double bonus if Carlow does happen to foul.
Rhea comes to the near side, nearly got fouled. Steps out of it, double team, ball comes free.
Ooh, it's going to be red ball knocked out of there by Carlow. Correct call, I believe. Carlow knocked it out.
Tim Kiefer looked to the ref and said, that's a great call. That's a great call.
Kind of wise of Kokomo to let that ball go there. Here goes Teeter feeding wide open, layup up. No good, rims out.
Yeah,
Zach Bryan with a rebound.
Yeah, Rhea not able to hit it that time. Bryan comes in transition, gives it to George. George to 3, and he's well off. Teeter grabs the rebound, comes to the near side, lost the basketball, falls into the Carlow bench, and he's out of bounds.
Carlow
ball goes back to Carlow. Boy, if St. George could have knocked down that shot, how big would that have been?
Teeter thought he might have been fouled, but I don't think he was. He just lost it.
I think he just lost control of the basketball.
1:31 remains, 7-point IU Kokomo lead.
1:31, they'll inbound. What's the whistle here? It should be a new shot clock, yeah. Shot clock at 33, it should be 35.
And we're going to have a substitute, perhaps. There's a sub. No.
Up top, they work it. Taylor with the basketball. Comes to the right side. Bryan thought about a 3. Now he gives it to Taylor.
Pass, Taylor.
St. George. Catch. 3 pretty good shooters. And Sunder again. But Sunder really has had problems controlling the basketball in those post feeds. He has, I think, dropped more than he's caught here of late.
Timeout, IU Kokomo, as they're in a little bit of trouble in the backcourt was Campbell, so their coach takes a timeout with 1:13 remaining. 59-52. IU Kokomo with the lead.
If you're Carlow here, obviously I think it's time you start thinking about fouling, but you don't have to. I think you can try to work a steal. They've been able to get some pressure on the basketball. If you can get a steal, and again, you could get a steal, get a bucket, cut into this lead a little bit. Make it a 2-possession basketball game. So again, up next for IU Kokomo, they'll play Point Park tomorrow. Carlow tomorrow, they will head to Pikeville, University of Pikeville, men and women doubleheader tomorrow down in Kentucky. So about a 5.5-hour drive for the Celtics. It'll take place tomorrow morning, and then they'll play tomorrow afternoon. I'm not sure if they'll do that all in one day, play and then maybe leave and come back at night. I would prefer that rather than a hotel. For sure. Get a chance to spend both nights in your own bed at home. Though I guess they're in college. The beds aren't that nice. But
IU Kokomo inbound, 1:13 remaining. 59-52, Kokomo with the lead. They get it into the big man.
Powell inbounds to Peer, looking for an outlet. Finally, he gets it to Campbell. Campbell to bring it over the timeline.
I would look to foul Campbell, maybe.
Yep. Still over a minute, so I don't think they're thinking foul yet. I think they're thinking stop here. They nearly get it, and they do. The ball's turned over. Matta comes away with it. Bryan in transition to Taylor. Back to Bryan. Thought about a shot, passes it up. St. George picked up his dribble.
Having a hard time.
Back to Bryan.
Maybe Bryan can get one up here. He
Bryan,
does.
a floater.
Runner, no good. Rebound.
Can't hit it.
Charbo, a strong rebound. He goes back up, gets blocked. He's fouled, though. Tremendous rebound, and he's fouled on the putback. He's going to shoot 2.
Sharbo collected the rebound. He'll go to the line to shoot a pair. 7 points so far, Charlie Sharbo.
Sharbo's got a lot of rebounds in this game. Don't know the exact figure without stats.
I remember that from when he played in high school. Not an overly big kid, but plays pretty physical and pretty instinctive rebounder as he knocks down the first.
He's got 8. It's cut to 6. 59-53. 39.1 seconds remaining here. Sharbo will attempt a second.
And
Rim's
front
out.
of the rim, no good. Teeter grabs the
Don't
rebound.
foul him. Gets it off to the big guy.
Near side, Lawrence, cross court.
Hey, yo, stink.
Must be a timing issue. They mustn't have started the clock right away. He wants to have some time taken off, I believe. Right now it says 36.8. They're going to set it at 33.5, so they're going to take like 3.3 seconds off where the clock must not have ran. Good job by the ref seeing that. 6-point lead. Every second's critical in a close game like this.
Now a long discussion between two of the officials on the far sideline.
Sub coming in.
Let the sub come in. That's Nub.
33.5 seconds remains. IU ball leading by 6.
Got to get a stop if you're Carlow. Got to get a turnover.
Get it to Campbell.
They got to foul quickly, and they foul
fouled.
Campbell. Campbell, so far this year at the line, 62% free throw shooter. So on a team that shoots 74% at the line,
good guy to foul.
Yeah, not the worst guy to foul. So
I think he made 1 out of 2 his last time. He's got 11 points.
Yeah, he's 1 of 4 so far.
Well, definitely the guy to foul then. First one up and gets a soft roll.
Yeah.
Wasn't really a good shot, but it rolled.
On a gym that you never get a roll,
No.
and he gets one.
Ref asking the table to turn the shot clock off as it's under 35 now. 31.6 seconds. It's up.
Campbell got the second, so 13 for him now.
I'm not sure why he told him to turn the shot clock off though. Because I'm
It's
sorry,
at 31.
it's 35 in a men's game. Women's
Taylor
game's
brings
30.
it across, throws
No
up
good.
a long, wild
Campbell
three.
skies for the rebound. He's fouled by St. George.
Why did he shoot that ball there?
Yeah, they needed a quick three, I guess. But
I guess, but you're 6 feet off the line.
Yeah, long one.
I think you're taking about 2 steps over the half-court line and just launched one.
26.2 now, 8-point. IU Kokomo lead. Campbell to go to the line again. He's got 13.
Front end is up, and it is good.
Make that 14.
Well, he's making them when it counts. He was 1 of 4, but he's hit his last 3.
Looking to make it a double-digit lead if he can hit this one.
4-7 at the line.
26.2 seconds remains. Second one up. Also good. He's got 15 now. Second leading scorer in the game, and it is a 63-53 IU Kokomo lead. Carlow's going to have to rush. Going to have to try threes.
St. George brings it.
Scooper,
left-hand
no good.
scoop, no good. Can't hit it.
No sense
20
fouling.
seconds to go. Teeter grabbed the rebound. They don't want to foul him. Finally, they're going to give it back to Teeter, and I think Carlow might just call off the dogs here. 10 seconds to go.
Now.
Over to Campbell. Campbell thought about it, passed it up top. Teeter is going to hold on to it and watch the clock run out. 63 to 53. The men and women split this doubleheader here on this Friday night at Oakland Catholic as the Celtic women take it earlier by a final score of 74 to 56, but the men, unfortunately for them, will drop their 11th game in a row by a final score of 63 to 53. Defensively great in the first half, gave up 42 points in the second half after 21 in the first half, so twice as many points given up in the second half as the first, and I think that really tells the story. And particularly, I think offensively, Carlow, despite scoring 31 points or 29 points in the second half, more than they had in the first, just the struggles that they had turning the basketball over really cost them in this one.
Josh. Nick Teeter led the way with 24 for IU Kokomo, and chipping in with 15 was Jerome Campbell. The only Carlow player in double figures, finishing with I believe 12 was Jacob St. George. And that about wraps it up here, Josh.
Yeah, maybe just not enough additional scoring. Guys that might typically have a chance at going at 10 to 15 tonight. Went for 5, 6, 7 points. So that'll do it for us. Again, the Celtics will be back in action tomorrow, not broadcast. That'll be down at University of Pikeville. And then they'll return next week. I believe we have the women on Tuesday night. I want to say Tuesday or Thursday night, maybe. It might be Thursday night coming up this week. So we'll see you next for that one. Make sure you check the MSA Sports website for coverage of Carlow sports all year long at msasports.net. Thanks to everybody here at Carlow for their generosity, setting us up, and all their hard work throughout the game. Thanks to Ben Lubinsky. I'm Josh Rowntree saying so long. Carlow's women, they take the first of the doubleheader tonight, 74-56, but IU-Kokomo's men take the second here tonight, the nightcap, 63-53. The final score, IU-Kokomo defeats the Carlow Celtics, dropping them now to 1-11 and 0-4 in conference play on the season. For Ben Lubinsky, I'm Josh Rowntree saying so long. The final score here once more from Oakland Catholic, 63 for IU-Kokomo, 53 for the Carlow Celtics. Good night, everybody.